the end of January and we're going to brew the honey beer next weekend. So we thought we'd show you all the honeys that we've gathered in from around Manchester and Salford over the past year or so. So this one is the honey from the 3 Bees Co-op. They've gathered this in, and their hives are in Longford Park in sort of Chorlton, Stretford area. So we think their bees will have gathered pollen and honey from around Trafford, Chorlton and Stretford areas. This one's called Heavenly Honey, thanks to Adrian, who works on the beehives on the top of Manchester Cathedral, which is where this honey's from. And we think these bees will have gathered their nectar and pollen from the city centre of Manchester, so it'll be window boxes, street planters and the trees around central Manchester. So this honey is called A Taste of Honey, and it's from the Kersal Vale Allotments. So it's from the apiary that Jack and Harry set up on the banks of the River Irwell. So these bees will have got their nectar and pollen from Salford, from Kersal and from the banks of the River Irwell. So this honey is called Bee Raphaelite honey, and it's from Manchester City Art Gallery, from the rooftop there where the beehives were set up originally by John. So we think these bees will have foraged mostly on the city centre again, the trees, the flowers outside the art gallery, people's window boxes, street planters and so on. This is the honey from the Dower House at Heaton Park, and the Manchester and District Beekeepers Association are based there, and they sell their honey on a Sunday afternoon. So the honey's from around North Manchester. A lot of it comes from the apiary itself at Heaton Park and also from around the north side of Manchester. So this is Harper Hay honey from the Bay Tree Bee Project, and the apiary is just across the road on our allotments, on Cypress Street Allotments. And the bees will have foraged around this area, around hanging baskets, street planters, people's gardens, the allotments, as well as the banks of the River Irk. So this one is called Lancashire Honey, and it's from Bill, who's based in Kersal. So he's got his beehives there, and the bees will have foraged around the Kersal area, around the allotments, but also on Kersal Moor, where there's a unique combination of different plants that live there, including heather. So this honey's come from there. So this one is from Chris at Wythenshawe Park. He's got some beehives down there. So this honey, the bees will have foraged around the south of Manchester. This is as south as we've gone so far. So we've got over 20 pounds of honey altogether. We're going to meet with Ian, who's our master brewer from Red Willow Brewery, next weekend. We've got Wild Marjoram that we've gathered from around Manchester, 2 big bundles of that. And we're going to start the brewing process next week, where we combine the beer with the honey and the marjoram. So in a few weeks' time we should have some gorgeous honey wild marjoram beer to drink.